Hi there, everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. And man, I've got some good news from Richard on Twitter. Had to do a video on this one. So PulseChain Testnet 2.0, and of course the PulseSwap sacrifice. So let's get into this info. Here we are on PulseChain.com. Let's go, and of course here we are on Richard's Twitter. We can see that he's got a couple of tweets, so let's check it out. So this is just in the last hour. Devs and validators need PulseChain Testnet version 2 up regardless of the sacrifice balances. Instead of delaying version 2 to get perfect sacrifice balances, we'll launch it earlier and release the sacrifice balances by easy to read CSV later. Testnet of version 2 will launch parallel next to version 1, so devs can migrate at will. Very cool. All right, so we'll read that one more time. Devs, that's developers, and validators need to PulseChain Testnet to version 2 regardless of sacrifice balances. And instead of delaying version 2 to get perfect sacrifice balances, we'll launch it earlier and release the sacrifice balances by easy to read CSV file later. Testnet version 2 will launch parallel to version 1 so devs can migrate at will. So very cool. So it's going to basically, they're going to just get it up and running, which is very cool. Then we have the second one, which followed up here and said by Friday. So that's out now. Our expectation is the 10th of December, and it's the Friday, so tomorrow. And very cool. We've already validated that distributing the sacrifice balances works fine, so they're happy with that part. So validator rotation is the best upgrade to be tested on version 2. So that's the other main upgrade, of course, besides the block scout. So very nice. Also, we got this really cool piece of info. Sacrifice for PulseSwap should start before the end of the year. So that fits perfectly in our PulseChain timeline we've been talking about on here, based on the information that Richard has given us in the past, particularly his Monday interview with Suppo Man. So very cool in London. So very cool. So sacrifice for PulseSwap should start before the end of the year. So whatever your strategies are, you better get them ready if you're deciding what to sacrifice. So pretty cool. Now, I have been asked what people think will be able to be sacrificed. Well, Richard kind of answered that too 12 minutes ago. Nearly all things you see on pulse.info should be fine. So ETH chains and other chains and stuff like that, I will leave the link there. You can connect your wallet and investigate the chains that to be sacrificed. So definitely check out. A new site, however, will be created. Very cool. So that's for the PulseSwap sacrifice. A new site will be created as opposed to the PulseChain one, which is pulse.info. Definitely check that out. So here is the old pulse.info site. Or you just connect your wallet, you can select the networks and the relevant tokens that you can sacrifice. So it's pretty easy just to copy and paste. That's probably the easiest way that Richard would do it with a PulseSwap. Be interesting to see what he comes up with, the name for PulseSwap, of course, and the logo too as well. So pretty cool. So that was the big news, folks, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was pretty cool updates. Let's have a quick look at the PulseChain at the moment. This is the actual PulseChain updates, and the last ones we had were 22 hours ago, which were I covered yesterday's daily video. So PulseChain Testnet had an update, the Faucet, the ETHStat server, and Block Scout as well. So very cool. And of course, here is a PulseChain Testnet 1.0 running, ticking along with 4.5 second blocks at the moment, ticking away. Look at there. And 5 seconds goes, so very cool. Of course, this will end up being about 3-second blocks when it's up and running. So we'll get a version 2. It's going to have custom PulseChain on it, no doubt. And so very cool. So let's get into the timeline. And so here we are. Here it's the 9th at the moment, but the 10th is expected time frame here, right in this little yellow sliver here, which is the testnet expected time frame. So pretty much on par with that. And of course, the PulseSwap sacrifice, excuse me, before the end of the year is definitely within our time frame as well. I had the 27th, if you recall, in yesterday's video, and of course that was. That seems to be the case before the end of the year. So I think that's probably a pretty good time period as well. So everything holding up here in the timeline now. It's not moving to the right as much now. So it looks like we're in a much better space. And of course, this is our mainnet and PulseSwap launch period. I've still got the date around the 6th of January. So once again, that's all up to Richard though. So just take this as just our best information at the moment. So very cool. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, of course, and leave any comments in the comment section. I'll leave all the links as always, plus a timestamp as well. So yes, awesome. All right, so subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, of course, and I will catch you in the next one. Daily vid in a couple hours time.